This video is brought to you by Card Kingdom, and while supplies last, if you mention Saffron Olive in your order notes, we'll hook you up with a free Saffron Olive sticker with any Card Kingdom order. Hello everyone, it's Seth, probably better known as Saffron Olive, and it's time for another edition of Much Abrew About Nothing. So ever since Stoneforge Mystic was unbanned in Modern, people have been asking me about Colossus Hammer time, but with Stoneforge Mystic. So this week I set out to see what I could do with that combo, Stoneforge, Colossus Hammer. So the end result of the deck I'm calling Mono White Hammer Time, but really this deck, it's a lot different than our original. While we're still looking to cheat Colossus Hammer onto creatures, we're much less all in on like playing a double strike one drop, try to kill you on turn two. Instead, we're kind of more of a real deck, and we can even draw like a million cards. So I am pretty hyped for how this deck turned out. I am super excited to show it off for all of you today, so let's jump into it, do a quick deck tech, talk about the deck's about, get into the gameplay so you can see this absurdity in action. Before we do, a super quick reminder, if you haven't already, it would be amazing of you if you take a second, click that subscribe button down at the bottom of your screen. It's a great way to support the channel and the site for free. So let's talk Mono White Hammer Time, starting with the Colossus Hammer. So yes, we're Hammer Time, we're still a Colossus Hammer deck. You probably know what this one does. 1 mana, gives a creature +10/+10. The problem is it's 8 to equip, but we are looking to cheat it onto creatures for free. And as I mentioned in the intro, we are not all in on doing this on turn 2. Our previous version, our budget magic version of Hammer Time, we were very in on like mulliganing into a specific Colossus Hammer hand, trying to have like a double striking or infecting 1-drop on turn 1, getting it on turn 2, trying to kill our opponent, like jank them out really fast. This deck, while we can still win quickly, we're doing it a little bit more fairly. So how are we getting Colossus Hammer on our creatures? One way is Core Outfitter, which is just 2 mana for a 2/2. When it enters the battlefield, you can attach an equipment to a creature you control. So in theory, if we go turn 1 Colossus Hammer, turn 2 we can Core Outfitter, put it on our Core Outfitter, and we have a 12/12 on turn 2, which, yes, it's not as good as a turn 2 win, but it's still a pretty insane threat. So that's way number 1. However, our most important and exciting way, and the thing I love about this deck, is we're a Pure Steel Paladin deck. So Pure Steel Paladin draws us a card whenever an equipment comes into play, and as long as we have Metalcraft, so 3 or more artifacts, we can equip for free. So Pure Steel Paladin can do absurd things in this deck. Not only is it drawing us a card when we play our Colossus Hammer or any of our other equipment, which is insane. It just draws us more stuff, draws us more equipment, and really spirals out of control. But then we get to 3 artifacts really quick, and now we can equip all of our stuff however we want to. Move it around on this creature, that creature, put it all on one of our creatures, attack, move it on to other creatures for defense. So not only do we get a one-shot equip for free, we just get to equip everything for free all the time once we have Metalcraft with Pure Steel. Since we have Pure Steel, we're also kind of all in on the card advantage plan. And I know you've seen SRAM Pure Steel decks in the past, but we're not really like the combo builds. We're not just trying to play like all 0 mana equipment and grape shot you out. None of those shenanigans. We're playing these cards pretty fairly, quote unquote, where honestly, we're trying to play them and then cast our random equipment and draw cards to draw more equipment and then cast them and then equip them for free and win the game. But altogether, this gives us 8 copies of Pure Steel. Sadly, SRAM doesn't let us equip for free, but still, card advantage wise, it gets the job done. So as far as the equipment we have in the deck outside of our Colossus Hammer, we do have a Quarter Shield and Cathar Shield, which, they're not super strong, but they are 0 mana, so they are helpful for turning on Metalcraft for Pure Steel. So then we can equip our Colossus Hammer, plus it's just 0 mana draw cards with Pure Steel with SRAM. Vigilance is also nice, so we can swing with our big hammer creature and have it back if our opponent's not dead. We also have Flayer Husk and Basilisk Collar. So Flayer Husk is just kind of a creature that's actually an equipment, so it triggers our stuff. It's an artifact for the sake of our Metalcraft needs to get Colossus Hammer on things. Just a 1/1 for 1 essentially because of the Germ token that we can move around later. Basilisk Collar just puts the game away, especially with Colossus Hammer. Against aggro decks, we stick Hammer on something, we stick Collar on something, we swing in, we gain like 20 life or some ridiculous amount, and our opponent just can't get back from that. Then we have a bunch of 1 of equipment, Sword of Feast and Famine, Sword of Fire and Ice, Sword of War and Peace, and then 1 Batter Skull. So all the swords are really insane when you connect with them. Depending on the matchup, the protection is relevant. War and Peace, most aggressive. Fire and Ice, more card draw. Feast and Famine, really good in grinding matchups, picking apart our opponent's hand, doubling our mana. Battered Skull, big in lifelinking, and to go with them, we have Stoneforge to tutor them out. And Stoneforge is ridiculous in this deck because it can be whatever sword we need. It can be Basilisk Collar or a Battered Skull if we need life gain. It can be a Flayer Husk if we need a jump blocky creature, and it can be Colossus Hammer. So not only are we getting all these powerful equipment, we can also find our Colossus Hammer really consistently, and that's the other upside of playing all these Throms and Pure Steels, is we find our Colossus Hammer with ease, because even if we don't have Stoneforge and we don't have a hammer, we can just play one of our 2-drops, cast a bunch of janky equipment, draw a bunch of cards, eventually we're going to find it and win the game. We also have Mox Opal, which does two things. It helps turn on our Pure Steel Paladin by giving us another free artifact, also helps us accelerate out of the gate. In theory, our deck can win on turn 2. It's really asking for a lot to go right, but we need to go like random janky artifacts, Mox Opal, Pure Steel on turn 1, turn 2, something like double Colossus Hammer, equip it all for free on our Pure Steel and swing. So not likely to win on turn 2, but definitely possible. Path to Exile just to interact with our opponent. Mana base, 18 planes, is simple and easy as can be. Sideboard wise, couple more equipment. Our Jet to Barber, it looks janky, but if we can equip it for free early enough, like play a Stoneforge, tutor it out, put it into play with Stoneforge for 2 mana, equip it for free with Pure Steel as early as turn 3, we can start blowing up Tron lands or Scapeshift lands, whatever our opponent's got going on. Sword of Sinew Steel for Planeswalkery matchups, also for Artifact matchups, Fragmentize to deal with Stony Silences, although really, because of our equipping with Core Outfitter, we can kind of get around a Stony Silence, but it's still nice to be able to just deal with it. And then, otherwise, all hate cards. Damping Sphere for combo and Tron, Leyline to deal with discard spells, also like the Valakut Titan Shift skill, burn spells that are going in our face, Rest in Peace for graveyard decks, and that is the new and improved Hammer Time for Modern. And that's our bunch of brew deck for this week. So let's get to the gameplay, throw some hammers on some creatures, hopefully quick, smash some face, see how the new and improved and updated and Stoneforge and Pure Steely card drawing version of Hammer Time works in Modern. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you all enjoy it, and I'll be back in a bit with the wrap up. All right, much brew about nothing time. We are playing Mono White Hammer in Modern. I guess we keep this. We don't have a Throm or a Pure Steel. Technically, we can make mana at some point with this Mox Opal for mana number 2. Unclaimed territory. Human. And Ether Vial. Opponent passes. Well, play a Plains. Play Flayer Husk. And pass the turn. I don't think there's much point in Mox Opaling right now. Opponent taking up the Vial. Wow. All the action. Ooh, that's a Pure Steel. Well, play Mox Opal. Play a Quarter Shield. Play Pure Steel. Play a Quarter Shield. Draw a card. Yes. Cathar Shield. Draw a card. Yes. Play the Plains. Go to combat. Get in with the Germ. And then I guess we do the equipping. Equip. Pass the turn. Alright, opponent, what you got? Vial's in. Boy, if we can get in a sword hit, Noble Hierarch. So opponent getting more mana. Unclaimed territory. Untap, so land number 2. Opponent's got the freebooter to take the sword. Well, hopefully we draw something. Yup. That's a little unfortunate. Vial's in. A Meddling Mage. Names Core Outfitter. Okay. Opponent passes. Path to Exile would be a nice draw here. Play a Plains. Yeah, let's go to combat. Attack. Opponent takes it. Pure Steel Part 2. Move over one of the Quarter Shields. Pass the turn. Well, equipment. We want any equipment. Or path to get back the sword. Opponent leaving the Vial on 2. At this, wow, opponent draws another land. All right. Opponent's down to 3 cards in hand, though. So we are kind of getting through their hand. And because of these janky equipment, our board isn't bad. Opponent, Thalia's Lieutenant, going to grow the Dorks. 2 cards in hand. We got the ground locked down pretty well at the moment. And any equipment makes life insane. Opponent, combat, going to get in for, wow. What is the trick? All right, let's double block Meddling Mage. I'm not sure how this goes horribly wrong, but we're going to try it. I don't know what 2-drop they could have that's going to ruin our day. They can't Reflector Mage. Vials in. Lieutenant. Okay, that's fine. I mean, that grows the dorks, but they still lose Meddling Mage. We still lose nothing. We drop to 15. Opponent. Maybe they just don't feel like they can win the long game. Equipment. Ooh, Path. That works. We will Path the Flyer. Get back Sword of War and Peace. Oh boy, that's good news. We will play Sword of War and Peace. We will draw 2 cards. Yes, please. Outfitter and Stoneforge. We will equip for free. We will equip this over here. Go to combat. Do some attacking. Oh, humans. Humans, what do you say? I think we might have got him. Hit our opponent to 9. We go to 18. We got a Stoneforge in hand. So more equipment that equip for free are incoming. Opponent only has 2 cards in hand. And so far so good. Opponent. Oh, is this? Yes! We drew all creatures. So this freebooter is actually just a straight up whiff. Oh, that was good. Opponent. What's your last card? Run it out, run it out. Meddling Mage. Ooh, that's probably going to name Stoneforge, I guess. Well, the good news is we just get to keep attacking with a sword creature. Opponent grows and grows. Sure. Combat. No attacks. Flayer Husk is fine. Draws us cards. Yes, please. Ooh, I like that. Pure Steel Paladin, Part 3. Flayer Husk. Let's draw 3 cards, I say. Yes, please. Oh, no. Oh. Land. Hammer time. Draw 3 cards. Oh, this deck is sweet. We will equip the hammer to you. Go to combat. Do some attacking. And I don't know what our opponent does to get out of this. That's not a bad turn 5, I'd say. Not a bad turn 5. Opponent, little chumpy chump. Sure. Drops. We go to 25. Opponent goes to 5. We pass the turn. And, yeah. Life is looking fine. Opponent. Done? Are we done? Are we done, humans? Yes. Well, that was a pretty good performance. So, unfortunately, our sideboard is geared on fighting the unfair decks. Our main plan for the fair decks is basically what we did that game. Pretty much exactly what we did that game. Sinew and Steel, meh. Damping Sphere, no. Fragmentize, probably not. Yeah. Run it back, do that again. Well, that went good. That went pretty good. We don't quite have as much of the nut draw start as the old Hammer Time deck where we can get turn 2 kills. It's technically not possible. I guess, is it possible? I guess it's kind of possible if you have like turn 1 Pure Steel off Mox Opal, turn 2 double Colossus Hammer or something, but it's very unlikely that we kill on turn 2. It's more of a turn 3 kill deck, but we make up for that by drawing a lot of cards, stone forging, etc., etc., etc. This hand looks pretty good. Question's going to be, do we run out Flayer Husk on 1? We probably do. Unclaimed territory for our opponent. Unhuman. And Noble Hierarch. Sure. We draw. Pure Steel Paladin. Well, is there even a point? Let's not. Let's just pass. Flayer Husk gets better after we have a Pure Steel down. Opponent, unclaimed territory. And another Noble Hierarch. And Thalia's Lieutenant. Alright, so opponent's got the clock going. Opponent passes. 2 cards in hand. We draw Path to Exile, which is nice. So I think we just... Let's Pure Steel. Pass the turn. This opens up going Flayer Husk. Hopefully make sure we hit our land drop and Path to Exile next turn. Reflector Mage would be pretty bad for us. Opponent. Alright, Dismember. Yup. Opponent goes attacking. Well, we wouldn't mind just drawing a land. Gets in with everything. Hits us. Land, please. Off the top. Land? That's a land. Alright, so now we get to play Pure Steel Paladin. Play Flayer Husk. Draw a card. Yeah, no Mox Opal yet. Doesn't do anything. Pass the turn. And next turn we can, like, Stoneforge plus Path, maybe? Champion of the Parish. Growing Thalia's Lieutenant. And I guess Thalia is a reason to run out Opal. Deputy of Detention. Snags Pure Steel. Yep. Opponent, combat. Gets in. Double trigger. Well, we will block Thalia's Lieutenant. See what we draw. Opponent passes. Alright, so in that case, we path Deputy of Detention. Get back Pure Steel. We play a Quarter Shield, draw a card. We play Mox Opal. We play Stoneforge Mystic. Get a... I guess we just take Batterskull. And then Colossus Hammer, draw a card. Play the Plains. Equip to you. Equip to you. Equip to you. Pass the turn. Alright, opponent. What can you do? The board is coming for you. Horizon Canopy, that's a redraw. Immediate redraw. Opponent. What'd they find? Knight of Autumn. Knight of Autumn is not as good as it looks. Like, it can take down Colossus Hammer, but we have another Stoneforge, which can get Colossus Hammer. We have Batterskull, so we're actually in pretty fine shape, and our opponent still can't really attack through this Pure Steel Paladin. Opponent. Not even a human to trigger their stuff, which also led to some awkward tapping just to cast it. Opponent passes. We draw. Plains. So, play the Plains. Stoneforge. Put Batterskull into play. Draw a card. Batterskull's kind of a cute combo because we can keep picking it up too. Stoneforge. Get a Colossus Hammer. And I think we just gain a ton of life here. Colossus Hammer. Draw a card. And I think we make the biggest, baddest Pure Steel Paladin. Oh, opponent's done! Opponent's done! That was going to be like a 20 power life-linking Pure Steel Paladin, and that was a pretty good performance against humans. Good lord. Good lord. And maybe this deck is actually pretty sweet. It's definitely fun. I love the synergy. I mean, it's a very late game synergy, but we have the synergy of like bouncing our Batterskull repeatedly to draw cards with our Pure Steel. I mean, deck feels sweet so far. I like it. Mono White Hammer time. Pure Steel Hammer time? I don't even know. Mono White Equipment? I don't know what to call it, but it's sweet so far. Sweet. All right. Much brew about nothing time. We are playing Mono White Hammer time, and this hand is really close to being great. It's so close. Let's see. Colossus Hammer, go. Mox Opal. Pass the turn. Oh. Opponent, Urza's Tower. Passes. Pure Steel. And that slows us down. I'll play Flayer Husk. Wait, we win next turn? I think we win next turn. Just kidding. Play Colossus Hammer. Alright, pass the turn. To me, this looks like we get to play Pure Steel, double equip Colossus Hammer, and hit for 21. Power Plant. Mind Stone. Alright. Well, barring a surprise dismember, let's play Pure Steel Paladin. And? What do you say? What do you say, Tron? What do you say, Tron? You got a dismember? I wish I could see our opponent's face. The world's best Flayer Husk. Alright, we will equip. Oh, they actually do have a dismember. Alright. So opponent lives temporarily. Play Cathar Shield. Draw a card. Equip. That's unfortunate that our opponent's not just dead. Equip. Pass the turn. Wow, they had the one out. Opponent untaps. Tower. Matter Reshaper. Opponent passes. Well, let's play Stoneforge Mystic. Tutor up a Quarter Shield. I mean, I guess we have to attack. I don't like giving our opponent this trigger, but get in with Pure Steel. Opponent, gotta block. See what they hit. It's a Karn. Play a Quarter Shield. Draw a card. Play Cathar Shield. Draw a card. Colossus Hammer. Over to Stoneforge. A Quarter Shield. Stoneforge. A Quarter Shield. Stoneforge. Pass the turn. Opponent untaps. And scoops it up. Well, our opponent had the exact right answer to not die immediately. But they still died eventually. Alright, so Eldrazi Tron. We will bring in sort of Sinew and Steel to deal with Karns and also artifacts. We will bring in Argentum Armor, and we will bring in... Do we want Fragmentize? Maybe. We probably need Fragmentize, honestly. Rest in peace, no. Damping Sphere could be fine, but I don't know if it's necessary. I think we go down War and Peace, go down Feast and Famine, along with... Because I'm worried about Chalice. Chalice on 0, pretty obnoxious. Along with maybe 1 Mox Opal, 1 a quarter shield. Or I don't like that. Whew! Well, that was almost about as fast as a kill can get with this deck. I mean, we still got the win, thankfully, but this hand... I mean, we'll keep. This is a okay hand, assuming we get 1 more land. Opponent's doing some aggressive mulliganing. Waste and Chalice on 0. Opponent passing. Play the Plains. Play Colossus Hammer. Pass the turn. This is where we just want to draw land to play this Outfitter and put the hammer on it. Opponent Eldrazi Temple. Getting there. Ramp on. Chalice on 1. Well, I mean, land beats this. No, not a land. Ugh. Oh, that's unfortunate. Opponent untaps. There's the Matter Reshaper. Opponent passing. Oh, we cannot hit a land. We cannot hit a land. We will discard Flayer Husk. Ugh. Yeah, well, this was the risk with the hand. Opponent, land number 4, keeps getting worse. Thought not Sia. Yup. Ugh. Not a great time to be missing land number 2. Well, that was the risk of keeping this hand. Opponent mulligan into double Chalice. We kept a hand that was really good with 1 land, but we haven't been able to get that 1 land. And our opponent had Eldrazi Temple. I mean, if we draw land, we're still not in the worst shape because we still get to core Outfitter and make a huge threat. Opponent passes 17. Ugh, alright. Well, I guess maybe we shouldn't have kept the 1 lander. Opponent hits a land. Gets in for 7. Yup, passes. Well, there's a land. Is it too late? Core Outfitter comes into play. Hammer on Outfitter. Opponent, last card removal, and that actually does end the game. All right, well, we didn't hit our land drop in time. If we hit a land drop, we win that game walking away, but we didn't. And that's the risk of keeping 1 land. Sometimes that happens. Well, on to game 3, we are on the play. This is the hand that we got punished for before. We're gonna mulligan. Alright, well, this will keep. Not a hand I'm super excited about, but land to the bottom. Plains, Colossus Hammer, go. Tower for our opponent. Passes. Well, Plains. Stoneforge Mystic. Grab a Batter Skull. Pass the turn. Wow, is this the Lucky Tron hand? Opponent has Mind Stone. And passes. Well, I guess we just pass. Opponent untaps. Temple. And Reality Smasher? Reality Smasher. Sure. Well, this is actually pretty fine. No attack, so we get to put Batter Skull into play. Then we get to untap Core Outfitter. Put Colossus Hammer on the Germ. And let's go attacking. Opponent. I think our opponent basically has to draw Tron All Is Dust this turn. Blast Zone. Okay. I guess I can kill Colossus Hammer. Opponent passes. Now, we will Path to Exile Reality Smasher. And this might do it even through the Blast Zone. Discard Cathar Shield. Go to combat. All attack. Blast Zone gets Colossus Hammer, but this still looks like lethal to me. Dismembers still looks like lethal to me. Opponent fought the good fight with their Eldrazi, but cannot pick up the win. And this deck seems pretty good. It seems pretty good. Whew. All right. I mean, opponent had Fast Reality Smasher. They had double removal and not enough to overcome the equipment. Hammer time. Still hammering people. Stoneforge seems sweet in this deck. Man, and Pure Steel and SRAM. Whew. All right. Sweet. All right. Much brew about nothing time. We are playing some mono white hammer time, and all right, we got a Pure Steel and equipment to go with it. We will keep. Hopefully it doesn't get discarded or whatever. We're very much leaning on this Pure Steel to draw some more action. Now let's see what our opponent's up to. Keeping 7 and Black Cleave Glyphs. Uh-oh. Oh dear. All right, that's not great. Yeah, I don't know how Jund goes. Jund has a lot of discard and a lot of removal. Opponent passes. We draw. Cathar Shield. Ugh. Well, we do have a total of 8 Pure Steel / SRAMs in our deck, so it's not impossible that we draw another one. Opponent Raging Ravine. And more discard. It is the Jund way. So we're mostly hoping for a Pure Steel or a SRAM to turn these bad equipments into card draw. We're definitely hoping to not draw more lands. Opponent takes Flare Husk, sure. They must have a Planeswalker that's coming down. Saram, Pure Steel? Well, we have creatures covered for days. Unfortunately, if it's like a Liliana or something, we don't have that covered at all. Blackleaf Cliffs. It's a Liliana. Boo. Opponent takes up. We'll discard a path. Well, that's kind of the the nightmare. Discard, discard, into discard. Saram, Pure Steel. Well, we will play Core Outfitter, just so we have a thing that can actually attack a Liliana. Pass the turn. That is not the white true drop we were hoping for. I will say that. Opponent. Is this double discard? Double discard. Oh my god. Well, I don't know what we're supposed to do about just 4 discard spells. No, this is 5 discard spells. We got hit by 5 discard spells. I think that we're going to be bringing in our Leyline of Sanctity and see if that's enough. Opponent passes. Batter Skull. Well, pass the turn. Yeah, this one's looking a little over-ish. That is just a lot of discard. And opponent has a Goyf to top it off, ticks up. We'll discard the Batter Skull that will never be cast. Assassin's Trophy discarded. Opponent passing. And yeah, all right. Well, that was discard. I mean, we didn't play a spell actually. We just got our entire hand discarded. So we are going to bring in Leyline of Sanctities and Sword of Sinew and Steel. We're gonna go down Sword of War and Peace. We're gonna go down Sword of Fire and Ice. We're gonna cut a Quarter Shield. We're going to cut a... What else are we cutting? Maybe 1 Mox Opal and 1 Flare Husk? Try it like that. So let's see if this plan works against Judd. Our main plan is to hope we have a Leyline in hand to shut off exactly what happened in game 1. Oh. No Leyline. We gotta keep this. We have to. We have 2 Pure Steels. So much for our Leyline plan, but we gotta try it. We might end up regretting it. I don't know. Maybe we just got a mulligan for Leyline against Jund. That is possible. The amount of discard is brutal. Well, land go. Opponent untaps. Overgrown Tomb. Discard. Always with the discard, this Jund deck. And then I assume they kill the Pure Steel that we play, and then we cry. Ugh, such is life against Jund. Takes a Pure Steel. Passes. And we play a Plains. We play a Pure Steel. We pass the turn and wait for our Pure Steel to inevitably get killed. Tap land. Opponent. Passing. I'll play the Plains. Play Sword. Draw a card. Pass the turn. Well, get him for 2 and pass the turn. Opponent. Blood Crypt. Untapped. And there's the Liliana. Takes down to get our Pure Steel. Opponent passes. I'll play the Plains. And then I think we're just going to Leyline. Pass the turn. Little late, but hopefully still relevant. Opponent, Forest. Gonna spin the Bloodbraid Elf Wheel. Come on, hit a Thoughtseize. Alright. I guess second Liliana is a slight upgrade. This does mean we should be able to get a sword with good protection colors on a Pure Steel. Discard the Mox Opal. Opponent discards Renin 6. Opponent can't make a sacrifice with Liliana either. Opponent passes. Down to 17. Well, we will see. Is the sword enough? We will play Pure Steel Paladin. Core Outfitter. Sword up the Paladin. And alright. Come on! No way to destroy the sword, please. Pass the turn. Opponent. Fatal pushes. I think they can use Liliana, but they can't because of Leyline. Tarmogoyf. So technically that can... Tarmogoyf is a blocker. Opponent passes. Equipment. Come on, equipment we can cast. Ooh, this is kind of sweet. So play SRAM. Play Stoneforge Mystic. Stoneforge. Snag a 0-mana equipment. Cast it to draw 2 cards. And pass the turn. No attacks yet. Yup. Alright, opponent. What you got, what you got? Opponent untaps. And we might be stabilizing here. Bloodbraid, gonna spin the wheel. What do they hit? Lightning Bolt. Okay. So I can kill SRAM, I guess? Or maybe Stoneforge. Gonna kill the SRAM, sure. This turn should be sweet. Overgrown Tomb tapped. Ticks up. Oh, we got to look at our sideboard. We left in Feast and Famine, right? We definitely did. All right, discard Path. Opponent. No attacks. So now we get to Stoneforge. Tutor up sort of Feast and Famine. Stoneforge. Put it into play. That is equipment number 3. Equip for free. Equip for free. Opponent can't block anymore. Go to combat. Attack our opponent. Bunch of sword triggers. Sinuous Steel takes down Liliana. And opponent scoops it up. Whoo! Alright, our ley line did come through. Our opponent would have been able to Liliana away our board, but our sneaky ley line kept us in that game. I mean, that is a way we can beat this deck. Alright, run it back. That was without ley line in our opening hand, too. We had to hardcast it. Man, this deck's sweet. I like this deck. Opponent. Ley line? Ugh. Well, I guess the good news is we're not keeping this hand anyway, so we get a free reroll for ley line. Ugh. Man, all these lands. Going to 5. All right. Bottom and bottom, I guess. Oh, this isn't good. Wow, we drew 3 opening hands. Did not hit a ley line. There goes our Pure Steel, and yeah. I mean, all the opening ends we mulligan, those were not greedy mulligans for a ley line. Those were just straight up, our hands were awful, so. Oh, and then the Magic Gods mock us. Oh, all right. Well, maybe next time we play Jund, we'll see what it's like to have a ley line in our opening hand. I feel like it's probably got to be really helpful. It looks like our opponent might have kept a 1-lander. Oh, play a land, go to combat, get in for 1. Play Colossus Hammer. Pass the turn. I mean, we drew this Outfitter. We'll see. See what our opponent does. Opponent. Land number 2, Collector. Oof. Well, all right, let's go for it. Core Outfitter does not care about the oof. Outfitter. Hammer on the germ. Fatal Push still blows us out. Lightning Bolt does not. Well, attack for 11. Opponent. Down to 8. All right, keeping the oof around. We will see. Opponent. Untaps. Do they have the removal spell? Tarmogoyf. Wow, opponent's locked into chump blocking. Opponent passes. I'll go to combat. Attack with the germ. Opponent blocks with Tarmogoyf. We pass the turn. Is there a chance we're going to win this? Opponent untaps and passes. We draw a plains. Well, go to combat. Attack with the germ. Wow, opponent's got a block. Play the plains. Yeah, let's just pass. All right, let's see it, opponent. Bolts. So I think this means our opponent needs untapped black mana for Liliana. Do they find it? Do they find it? Do they find it? Opponent does not, and the germ gets it done on the Mulda 5. Oh my god. Whew. Well, our opponent kept a bit of a risky hand, but if you look at our hand, we were on the draw. We kept we kept 2 bad equipment, 2 lands, and a Pure Steel on the Mulda 5. Opponent turn 1 Inquisitioned our Pure Steel, so we had literally nothing going on, and we still won pretty easily. Wow. Wow, Mono White Hammer time. Whew. Whoo! We didn't even get to ley line them, and it still worked. Well, yeah. Sweet. All right. Much brew about nothing time. We are playing Mono White Hammer time, and we'll keep this. We don't have any hammers, but we got a SRAM, we got a Stoneforge, we got some good equipment stuff. Seems reasonable enough. Gonna be interesting to see, like, exactly how we sequence this. Ziggurat, so humans most likely. Falayer Husk. Well, play the plains. Since we drew Falayer Husk, I think what we're probably gonna do is Stoneforge next turn, and then the following turn we can SRAM plus Falayer Husk. All right, it definitely is humans. Opponent. Kite Sail, 3 Buta. Sure. Opponent takes Batterskull. Yep. And passes. Play a plains. Yeah, play Stoneforge. Stoneforge. Snag. Huh. What do we want here? It might just be Basilisk Collar, honestly. Yeah, let's take Basilisk Collar. Pass the turn. So next turn we can Strom Equipment. After that we can Equipment. Hopefully draw some cards. Ooh, is this another freebooter? Well, at some point we're going to want to draw a path, I guess. Thankfully, the only good news here is our opponent's clock isn't that fast. Takes a sword. Opponent. Getting in for a 1. Yup. Well, we'll draw a pass eventually, and Strom does draw us extra cards. Opponent passes. Play the land, play Strom. Yeah, let's just Basilisk Collar, draw a card. Yeah, alright, Core Outfitter's fine. Although we don't really have anything to put on it yet. Pass the turn. I do like the Pure Steel, though. Pure Steel with this Flayer Husk hopefully means 2 cards next turn with this Flayer Husk. And then maybe we can just keep it going. Opponent. Human. Number 3. Well, unclaimed territory on human. I mean, in theory, this Basilisk Collar might be able to keep us in the game for a while. Especially if we can draw into a hammer and start gaining massive chunks of life. We're only 1 equipment away from equipping for free. Ether Vial. Yup. And Thalia's Lieutenant. Alright, that does speed up the clock a little bit. Opponent. Getting in. Yup. Down to 15. Well, we would love to draw a cheap equipment to turn on, or a Mox Opal, something to turn on. Ooh. Well, play the Plains. Let's play Pure Steel Paladin. Play Flayer Husk. Hope for a cheap equipment. Strom, and we get another draw. Come on. Cheap equipment. Cheap artifact. Ooh, double Strom. Alright. Well, double Strom is not the best. We'll just pass the turn. Keep taking our beats. Actually, I guess we get in with the Strom. Isn't doing much. Hit our opponent. Sword of War and Peace might help. We'll see what color of blockers our opponent has. Our hand's going to be pretty full, so that could equal a lot of life gain, depending on how this goes. Opponent takes up Vial. Ziggurat. 3 cards in hand. What are they? We get a free chump block with Flayer Husk, which we want to move around anyway. Thalia's Lieutenant Part 2. Well, the freebooting clock is getting fast. Yup. And Phantasmal Image. Alright. Well, opponent's board is big. Let's see if the combo of collar and sword can keep us in this. Opponent. Gets in. Well, we get a free chump with Flayer Husk. We take 8. Down to 7. And now it's equipment shenanigans time. Play a Quarter Shield. Draw a couple cards. Play... Flayer Husk. Draw a couple cards. Ooh, there's a path too. That's not bad. Sword of War and Peace. Draw a couple cards. We wouldn't mind hitting a land. Okay, Mox works. Draw. Now we will equip. Go to combat. Get in with Strom. We gain a ton of life with Sword of War and Peace. Back up to 20. Mox Opal. Flayer Husk on Pure Steel. A Quarter Shield on... Actually, let's go a Quarter Shield on Pure Steel. Flayer Husk stay on Strom. Pass the turn. Alright, I think we might be good now. We got the equipment lock set up, and we can path something that is giving us problems. Probably just a freebooter. Getting back Batterskull to add to this pile is a lot more life gain. And we're set up to really draw some cards. We can always just Stoneforge out 0 mana equipment to draw cards if we want to with double Pure Steel Strom. I think this might just be over. The sword hit was such a big swing. We went from being almost dead to just being so alive. Meddling Mage. Let's path the Batterskull freebooter. Just in case. Opponent grabs the Plains. Yup. Meddling Mage, whatever. I mean, even if they name Batterskull, we don't care because we're putting it with Stoneforge. I think we do have to path, though, just on the off chance that our opponent names path. Yeah, they do name path. They grow their dorks, which is fine. We have really good blockers for the dorks. Opponent, combat. Can't even attack very effectively. This has pro white to block a big lieutenant. All right, opponent's just going to pass. Alrighty then. This we like the sound of. Vials in. Something that costs 2. Last card. What is it? Meddling Mage. Opponent probably should name Stoneforge, honestly. Name's Batterskull. Less effective because of these Stoneforges. Well, this is going to be a fun turn, I think. Opponent passes. Can't cast Path, so I think we just Stoneforge. Go Tutoring. Snag a Sword of Feast and Famine. Play Sword of Feast and Famine. Draw a card, draw a card. And then this equips to SRAM. And I guess this might as well go on SRAM too. Go to combat. Get in for roughly 1 billion. Ooh. Small mistake. We should have moved over. We should have moved over the quarter shield. I don't think this really matters, but we should have. Get in. Hit our opponent to 4. Untap our lands. Gain an ungodly amount of life. We were an attack away from being dead, and now we're at 37. Now we get to play Pure Steel Paladin. Play Cathar Shield. Draw a bundle of cards. Ooh, hammer time. It is hammer time. Yes, we'll keep drawing cards. We'll play the land. We'll play a Falayer Husk. We'll draw some cards. And I think this is over and a half for humans. Yup. Draw a few cards. And this deck feels pretty good. And now we will play another Mox Opal. Keep the new one. We will move around our equipment. Everything on Pure Steel. And opponent, they're just done. I mean, we have the hammer, we got the Batterskull. Not a whole lot our opponent can do against Mono White Hammer time. We just kind of run him over. Opponent's hand was not fast enough, and I don't think we changed a thing. Run it back. And this deck has felt very good. Very, very good. Ooh, spicy. We're missing a SRAM, but we're going to keep this. If we draw a SRAM or Pure Steel, this hand goes nuts. This is a hand that can... Yeah, we'll keep. This is a hand that can equip a hammer really quick with Pure Steel. Stoneforge can also just get Batterskull, and we can go on the fair equipment plan, which isn't bad. Opponent is going to 6, looking for their answers, or probably a faster start, honestly. I think our opponent's biggest problem last game is they just didn't have a fast clock. Ooh, that's a SRAM. Yeah, play the hammer. It's 1 card draw less, potentially, but I think that's fine. Having it on the battlefield allows for some explosiveness, potentially. Opponent, unclaimed territory. On human. And getting freebooted. Meddling Maged. Alright, it's a freebooter. See what our opponent takes here. Can't take SRAM, so we're at least getting 1 card draw. Takes the sword. Well, now we're getting 2 card draws, which is fine with us. 3 card draws. Let's go with 3. Play SRAM. Quarter shield. Draw a card. That is Pure Steel. You know what? I think we're just gonna pass the turn. Pass the turn. Nothing to see here. Nothing to see here, opponent. Don't be suspicious. No, next turn. Next turn. I am very much looking forward to next turn. The hammer's coming, whether our opponent likes it or not. Opponent. Meddling Mage. What is our... Now, my guess is our opponent named Stoneforge, because they know it's in our hand. When they should... When Pure Steel would be the card... Oh, they did name Pure Steel. All right. Well, that was impressive, opponent. Good call. Good call. Opponent gets in for 1. Yup. Hits us, hits us, hits us. Well, now we need to draw a path. Plains. All right, so let's just play a quarter shield. I guess the way we played that and didn't play the second 0-man equipment definitely suggested that we drew Pure Steel. Cathar Shield. There's a path. Oh boy. We will path your Meddling Mage. That turns on Pure Steel, that turns on Hammer, and a lot of damages. Play a Plains. Pure Steel. Equip them up for free to our SRAM. Equip you. Equip you. Go to combat. Get in for 12. Opponent down to 8. A quarter shield on Pure Steel. And might as well stick Cathar Shields on there. And go ahead, opponent. Let's see what you got. Let's see what you got. Not as fast as the original Hammer time, but potentially just better. Champion of the Parish, yup. Probably better known as something to chump block our Hammer dude. Opponent trying to figure out if they got any any realistic way out of this. And honestly, I'm not sure they do. Freebooter. Yeah, it's a whiff. Man, maybe we should have a... I'm wondering if we should have one... Loxodon Warhammer, maybe? Some sort of trample equipment to tutor up with Stoneforge probably is worth it. Opponent gets in, hits us. Down to 18. We draw planes. Well, play Stoneforge. We might just be taking Collar. I guess we could take another hammer. Yeah, I guess actually we just take hammer. Take another hammer, play the hammer, draw some cards. Now we have 2 ridiculously big creatures. Yup, draw another card. Stick it on Pure Steel. Go to combat. Smash our opponent with... that's just 2 casual 12 power creatures here on turn number 4. Opponent's got a double chump just to stay alive. Maybe this deck is actually really good. Play the planes. I guess we might as well move 1 Cathar Shield to our Stoneforge. Pass the turn. Alright, that is a massive team! Really quick! Humans, no peace. They want no peace. They want no peace of Monoway Hammer time. And this deck, I think, is... Good God. I like it. Sweet. Sweet, sweet. Alright, much Brewbound Nothing time. We are playing Mono White Hammer time, and... yeah, this hand doesn't have any of our best cards. We'll ship it. This hand... Ew. I really don't like this hand either. We're going to mulligan one more time, I think. Alright, this will keep. We will put Outfitter Planes to the bottom. I mean, we get to stick a hammer on an Outfitter next turn, and we'll see if our opponent has an answer. If not, we just have a 12-12 on turn 2 with Stoneforge for backup. Concealed Courtyard. Carrion Feeder. That doesn't block very well. We will Core Outfitter. And you will go on you. Alright, Carrion Feeder. How do you like a 12-12? How do you like us now, little zombie? Vote it. I mean, they can just Fatal Push if they have it. Pure Steel's a good draw, though. Opponent tapping, untapping. Tide Hollow Scala. Sure. Can snag Stoneforge or Pure Steel Paladin. Takes the Stoneforge. And passes. Well, play Pure Steel. Attack for 12. Ship the turn. Opponent down to 8 here on turn number 3. Opponent plays a Swamp. They need to find an answer. This isn't going to work. Undead Augur. Alright, so I guess this lets our opponent, like, chump Carrion Feeder. So our opponent can, like, chump and draw cards and so forth. These Carrion Feeders aren't super helpful, though, because they don't block. I assume this is, like, Zombie Rally. Opponent passes. Well, play Flare Husk, draw a card. Basilisk Collar's not bad. That also turns... Oh, my God. Colossal Hammer, draw a card. Land? Stoneforge. Well, how about you on Pure Steel? How about we attack with 2 12-12s? Opponent blocks. Opponent blocks again. Sacks. Draws a card. Loses a life. We get back a Stoneforge. Yup. And sacks. Draws a card. Loses a life. Opponent down to 6. Alright, pass the turn. Isolated Chapel for our opponent. Stitcher Supplier. Gonna mill some cards. Return to the ranks, Crypt Breaker. Alright. Stitcher Supplier. I mean, this is keeping our opponent alive-ish. Wayward Servant. Alright. Opponent passes. This was on a mull to 5 as well. Remember. Alright, opponent does have Return to the ranks. Well, I mean, our opponent's kind of back in this. Play Basilisk Scholar. These sack outlets are actually super annoying. We do draw planes. Stoneforge Mystic. Tutor. Sort of Feast and Famine. Equip. And... yeah, we'll just pass. I mean, our opponent's basically got to kill us here. Sort of Feast and Famine should seal the deal next turn. Or I guess they could have discard. They'd find another, like, Sculler or something. Opponent untaps. Alright. Well, I mean, if they have Rally the Ancestors, then they just had like a insane hand and they're probably going to win. The chump blocking has ended up being very good for our opponent. Yep, sacking stuff, doing things. Sacks. Alright, let's see what they mill. Alright, they hit another Wayward Servant and a Tide Hollow Scholar. I mean, if they have Rally the Ancestors in hand, I think our opponent's got it. As someone who's played Rally decks recently, the pinch is drawing the Rally, and our opponent managed to draw Return to the Ranks and Rally if they have one. And that'll probably be enough. We had a good start, too. They managed to just do what Rally decks want to do, which is just chump and chump and chump. It took us a little long to get the sword. We were also on the mull to 5, which didn't help the process any. Opponent sacks. Yeah, they 100%. I think they have to have Rally here, 100%. Down to 4. Yup. Sacks. And I assume this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, 11. All right. Well, as a Rally player, hats off to you. I mean, you drew your right cards in the right situation. All right. So opponent trying to Rally. We will just bring in our Rest in Pieces. Not a card our opponent really wants to see. We will go down the sort of Fire and Ice. We will go down maybe 1 a Quarter Shield and what else? Maybe we go 1 Path. Run it like that. Well, that was interesting. We ran into a deck that actually had a weird way of interacting with what we're doing, and it managed to work for him. This hand has not enough lands. We're gonna have to ship it, sadly. Well, I mean, not happy about this hand, but we will keep it. Put a Plains to the bottom. I mean, we got a Pure Steel, so it's not horrible. Hopefully it draws us into a Rest in Peace. Plains, go. Opponent untaps. Concealed Courtyard. Gravecrawler. Play the Blades. Pure Steel Paladin. A Quarter Shield. Draw a card. A Quarter Shield. Draw a card. Oh boy. Alright, well, pass the turn. If this Pure Steel live, things get a little nutty next turn. Opponent. Swamp. Gets in with Gravecrawler. We will take it. Down to 18. And Wayward Servant. Alright, that's fine. Ooh, and a Rest in Peace. Well, we will play Colossus Hammer. Draw a card. Plains. Colossus Hammer. Draw a card. Flayer Husk. Draw a card. And, I mean, turn 3, 2020. That's reasonable. Actually, even bigger than that. Equip to Pure Steel. Equip to Pure Steel. And I guess we equip to Pure Steel. How about a turn 3 attack with a 22-25? Opponent forced to do a smidge of jumping. And then we will stick a Quarter Shield on our Germ token. And pass the turn. And our Pure Steel drew us into our Rest in Peace, as long as it doesn't get hit by discard. And I like where we're at. I like it. Opponent, Swamp. And Relentless Dead. Certainly. Opponent passes. Play a Plains. Flayer Husk, draw a card. Oh, that might be game. We're going to go for it. Rest in Peace. And opponent scoops it up. Oh, that was a good one. Pure Steel, why weren't we doing this the whole time? Why? It's so perfect for what this deck is trying to do. Oh my god. I think we have improved on Hammer Time. It's like Hammer Time, but instead of being all in on the combo, we get to draw 1 million cards. It's so sweet. Oh, I love this deck. I love this deck. All right, we're on the draw. Well, we're going to keep this. We don't have a Rest in Peace, but we have a lot of our payoff cards. Well, we'll see. Carrion Feeder for our opponent. Yep. Play the Plains. I guess we Colossus Hammer. Pass the turn. Opponent. Concealed Courtyard. Wayward Servant. Yep. Gets in for 1. Down to 19. Play the Plains. Play... I don't want Pure Steel to die. Let's play SRAM. Pass the turn. Concealed Courtyard for our opponent. Lord of the Accursed. Alright. Well, opponent's kind of got a clock going. Gets in. Hits us. Down to 13. Well, we play a Plains. Play Pure Steel Paladin. Colossus Hammer. Draw a card. We need a 0-mana equipment. Core Outfitter. Draw a card. 0-mana equipment. Come on, one time. Plains. All right, pass the turn. Well, I guess we got to take our beats and try to do sweet things next turn. Opponent, Lord of the Accursed number 2. Well, the question's going to be, does our opponent have removal in hand? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 4. Okay. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Can sack. Okay. We're going to take it. I think we're okay to take it. If our opponent has a removal spell in hand, though, we lose. Down to 2. Opponent passes. I'll play the Plains. Play Stoneforge Mystic. Stoneforge. Tutors up. Basilisk Scholar. Play Basilisk Scholar. Draw a card. Play Filleer Husk. Draw a card. Draw a card. Oh, actually, we might still lose depending on what our opponent draws. Colossus Hammer. Equipped to Sram. Colossus Hammer. Equipped to Sram. Basilisk Collar. Equipped to Sram. Because our opponent can block and sack. So get in with a Sram. Opponent has Path. Alright. I'll grab a Plains. Equipped to Pure Steel. Oh, we're dead. Yeah. This Carrion Feeder. Yeah, they got us. Wow. Alright. Well, interesting. Well, that's what rally decks do. Wow. Wow. Unfortunate. So what do we learn this week about Hammer Time, Mono White Hammer Time, new and improved in Modern, and the deck felt pretty excellent. We played 5 matches, we won 4 of them, only losing actually really close 3-game match to Zombie Rally of all things, which was a really awkwardly hard matchup because our opponent has all these random blockers and they can just like chump block our big thing and sack, which was kind of obnoxious. So that was kind of a weird matchup. Otherwise, we took down Humans twice. We took down Eldrazi Trod. We took down Jund. We beat a lot of really powerful decks, and I gotta say, I think this build of Hammer Time might just be better than the original. I absolutely loved playing this deck. It was just so much fun. The original Hammer Time deck, I really loved that one as well. It's essentially an all-in combo deck, though. You're trying to assemble a 2-card combo, or kind of like a 3-card combo, because you need a creature on the battlefield, and win the game like turn 2, turn 3. This deck, while you still can sometimes just kill your opponent like on turn 2, we had some games where we just had like so massive creature. I think we had a game where we had the double Colossus Hammer draw, putting them both on a Pure Steel Paladin, and just smashing by like turn 3. So we still get these insane draws, but we can kind of play fair magic a little bit. Stoneforge lets us tutor up whatever we want, even cheat it into play. We draw tons of cards, so we had games where we just drew like half of our deck, casting random equipment, eventually just hit a massive board and equipping everything for free, moving it around. So all around, this deck was an absolute blast. The sideboard, I think, works pretty well for fighting the unfair matchups, hopefully, which is kind of potentially a problem, although at the same time, against the unfair decks, we're just hoping to kill our opponent faster than they can kill us. Maybe stick 1 hate card and then get a pretty fast draw to win by like turn 3, turn 4 with 1 hate card for protection. So I think that this deck actually felt really good and pretty legitimate, and I love how it kind of walks the line between a Pure Steel deck, between a Stoneforge deck, between a Hammer Time deck, kind of mashing all those things together, and the end result is a deck that is super fun to play, surprisingly powerful, not quite as explosive as original Hammer Time. Like I said, not going to get the turn 2 20 damage kill, but a turn 3 kill, still very possible. Turn 2 kill, technically I guess possible, but not likely. But you make up for that by just being able to draw so many cards, play so many fun things. The one thing I would say, this is definitely a work in progress and a deck that still needs to be tuned and improved. One thing that would have really helped would be a one-of equipment that gives trample. I don't know if it's like Loxodon Warhammer, maybe. I don't know what the right option is, but that would have helped against like Zombie Rally. And we had a couple of other games that we ended up winning, but still our opponent was able to chump for a few turns. I think one of them was against Jund, where we had like this massive lethal creature, but our opponent was able to go like Tarmogoyf, chump, and then play a Collector Roof, chump, play something else, chump. Or if we could have just given our creature trample, we could have closed out the game immediately. So that's one thing to keep in mind. I like where the deck is at in general, but it's definitely still a work in progress. Something to give trample could help to get through those annoying chump blocking things that we saw against Zombie Rally. So keep that in mind. Not sure what the best option is for that slot yet, but I think that that's what I would look for. But all in all, if you liked Hammer Type, but you also like drawing cards, this is like Hammer Type that also draws cards and tutors up cool things and is just a blast to play. So I love the deck. Hopefully you loved it as well. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and you will talk to you soon.
Thanks for watching the video. If you enjoyed it, help us out by clicking that like button down below. And to keep up on all the latest and greatest, click that subscribe button. And don't forget to hit that bell icon to get alerts whenever we have new videos. And if you want to, check out some of our other sweet videos here and here.